The do's and don'ts of haptics, also known as touch, job interview edition.
What you say is half of succeeding in a job interview. Having good body language is the other half. In this video, we will be teaching you how to use touch in a job interview. For example, learning how to give the perfect handshake, and also learning not to self-soothe or fidget with your hands or other body parts. But first, let's learn more about the handshake and why it makes the perfect first impression if used correctly.
The article exploring the handshake in employment interviews by Todd C. Darnold explains that good handshakes are believed to communicate sociability, friendliness, and dominance, whereas poor handshakes may communicate introversion, shyness, and neuroticism. In the next clip, you'll see an example of a good handshake.
Chris Gardner. How are you? Good morning. Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner. Good to see you again. Chris Gardner, pleasure. I've been sitting out there for the last half hour trying to come up with a story that would explain my being here dressed like this. And I wanted to come up with a story that would demonstrate qualities that I'm sure you all admire here, like earnestness or diligence or team playing to something. And I couldn't think of anything.
Now that you have seen an example of a good and meaningful handshake, it is now time to address what not to do while giving the handshake. First, do not have a weak grip, but instead find a balance in the grip strength at which your handshake is being given. Finding the perfect grip will demonstrate confidence in your handshake. Second, do not fail to make eye contact with the interviewer, but be sure to maintain eye contact throughout the whole handshake. Third, do not have sweaty or dirty hands. And finally, you want to just make sure that your handshake is firm, friendly, and confident.
There they are. They're my shower buddies. How are you in the flesh? It's just like on that morning show. You're always fighting. I love it. Oh, that's Rex Hansen. Oh, hey, good luck with me. Good to see you, Kurt. Good to see you. Well, that's a classy handshake. Nick, pleasure. Hey, Dale. Shoot, I just learned I can do it whichever way you want, buddy.
As seen in the clip, this is a handshake you definitely wouldn't want to give during a job interview. In fact, a bad handshake is an automatic bad interview. The article, Shake Your Way to Success by Scholastic, explains these key factors when it comes to giving a bad handshake. Both males and females with limp handshakes were found to be more shy and anxiety-ridden. This is something you don't want to show during a job interview. A limp handshake may also signal an insecure person, another thing that you wouldn't want to be shown in a job interview. A potential employer might assume that a person with a weak handshake would have trouble sharing his or her ideas or acting as a leader, and this makes the person a less desirable employee. But you don't need to worry because you already know how to give an excellent handshake. Now it's time for an activity. Turn to the person next to you and demonstrate a proper handshake. Remember what you have learned throughout this video and keep these 3 words in mind: firm, friendly, and confident. Alright, ready, and go.
People are looking at me.
They're not looking at you, they're looking at me.
The stores are not nice to people. I don't like it.
Stores are never nice to people. They're nice to credit cards. Okay, stop fidgeting. Get rid of your gum. I don't believe you did that.
A study titled How Interviewers' Nonverbal Behaviors Can Affect Children's Perceptions and Suggestibility. It was found to be that fidgeting in an interview portrays negative attributes and it shows signs of boredom. In an interview, it is important to be confident and to portray good signs that you're listening and paying attention and that you're confident and you feel as if you are able to answer all of the questions correctly or in a good way.
Body language is often overlooked in the process of preparing for job interviews. A good handshake is a perfect way to demonstrate to your future boss what kind of employee you are. Fidgeting distracts the interviewer from the content of your answers and instead portrays you as disinterested and anxious. Next time you have an interview, remember to keep these tips in mind.